Okay, so we talked about guilt. Now I'm going to talk about those who want to use guilt as a weapon. It's really ugly. Guilt is one of the ugliest weapons to use against somebody, but there are ways to protect yourself against it. And this is on the website page as well that I'm putting up. But I want to talk about it for a minute because it's damaging, and so you may not always realize that it's happening, not initially. But when somebody tries to use guilt to get you to do something that you don't want to do, you have the power. You are the CEO of your life, and you have the power to make decisions that are best for you. And you should never feel guilty about that, ever. And somebody who wants to try to make you feel guilty for it doesn't really care about you. Because people who care about you will respect the fact that you are making decisions that are best for you. And they may not like it. They may be disappointed. But they're not going to hold it against you. And they're not going to try to guilt you. Because that's just ugly. And then there's the manipulators. They're the ones that do it. I call them manipulators because I think, if you're going to try to use guilt as a weapon, then you're a manipulator. Not a very good one. Because if you have to use something so ugly, there's something wrong there. Okay? But we're not going to talk about that part of it. But I want to tell you how to best shut them down. I tell people all the time, the only way to shut down a narcissist, there's only one way. If you want to beat a narcissist, you know what you do? Nothing. Don't engage, ever, with a narcissist. Just don't engage. And say, random things, you know what I mean? Make them think, because they'll get inside their own head and they'll drive themselves crazy. So you don't have to do anything. It's not worth your time and energy. They will exhaust you. But anyway, we're not talking about narcissists, but a lot of times manipulators are narcissists. And the best thing to do is not engage. Period. And I used to use the term, you're out of minutes. Some of you don't know what that means, but a lot of you do. If you know what that means, you know what that means. You're out of minutes. Plain and simple. I'm done. And me, I can out-asshole just about anybody. Am I proud of that? Sometimes. Because I didn't used to be that. I mean, that's the authentic me. I used to be pathetic. And I used to be like, okay, I'll do whatever you want. Just say you love me, I was pathetic. But now I'm not. Now I'm polar opposite of that. And I will say it how it is. And if you don't like it, not my problem. I don't try to hurt people, though. I try to deliver with kindness. Because I'm a big believer in kindness. But there are people out there who will try to manipulate you and use every tactic out there to get you to do what they want you to do. It's really kind of messed up. But it's pretty easy to shut them down, typically. And if you can't shut them down, shut them out, period. Because nobody needs that kind of drama, and nobody needs that kind of, nobody needs that in their life. That's a total negative, and you want to keep the negatives out. Someone who's trying to manipulate you and guilt you and use guilt as a weapon, you really need to think twice about having them in your life. Because that's a big fat negative. And negatives have zero value. But anyway, if they are trying to guilt you, never, ever, ever apologize for your decision. Ever. Because you're not sorry for making the best decision for you, and you shouldn't be. So don't use those words. Never apologize for doing what's best for you. What you can say is, I'm sorry that my decision has upset you, but it's final. You can throw out, have a blessed day, take care, whatever. But that's the end of it. Don't keep it going. If you keep it going, they are taking valuable time away from you. And don't let them do it. You have the power. You are the CEO of your life. Be the CEO of your life. Manage your time and don't allow people to waste it. Shut them down. You don't have to be an asshole, but if you have to be, you have to be. But if you're going to do it, Do it quick and swift and be done. Do not waste any one extra second on that negativity. Because that's time you're never going to get back in your life, and why waste it on something like that? They're not worth it. Remember that.